Hey, I'm Emily, and if you're here, it's because one, you either know me and you're curious as to what I've been doing with my life recently, or two, you're someone that's completely new and we need to catch you up. So I figured what better way to launch my YouTube channel than to do a good old-fashioned introduction video, so let's just jump right into it. I don't even know where to start with these things, but I guess I could start with the fact that I was born in Virginia, Newport News more specifically, but I don't think if you're from Virginia, you'll know where that is, but I could be wrong. As far as my life goes, I can't just sit here and say that it's always been perfect. While I definitely had more privilege in certain areas of my life than others, I grew up with super limited money. I experienced hardships and heartbreak during my teen years. But then I got to college. By the time I got to college, things really started to look up for me. Very quickly, I realized I'm gay, and thank God for that, because everything finally started to make sense. And it was such a freeing and amazing experience for me, which I know a ton of people don't have. So I'm very thankful for that. I made an incredible group of friends. I was doing really well in my courses. I adopted 2 dogs. I knew what I wanted to do with my life, and I met an amazing woman. I was just on this high streak, I guess, and it continued. I ended up marrying that woman that I met, and we ended up moving to LA to chase this incredible dream of hers for her career. Everything out there was great. I had an amazing career. We were traveling all up and down the West Coast and just exploring every inch of California that we could. And because we didn't have any friends, we became way too obsessed with our dogs, and they came everywhere with us and just became the complete center of our world. And everything was just exactly how it should be. And I have such vivid memories of laying in my bed at night in LA, trying to fall asleep and thinking to myself, holy shit, there is no way that life gets better than this. And then the pandemic hit. Oh, and then I lost my job. And then my dog died very suddenly and tragically. And then I lost my next job. And then I started having marital problems. And then do you want to know how I ended my year? Traveling back to the East Coast with no money, with no job, with 1 less dog, and 1 less wife. Just when I was starting to appreciate how great life could be, life decided to turn around and knock me on my ass. Everything I cared about was taken away. So here I am, almost 30, and completely starting over. I hate change. I'm damagingly codependent, and this is the first time I'm by myself in almost 10 years. I have no idea what I want to do or should do with my life. I have absolutely no money, and I'm bouncing house to house because I don't have enough money to get my own place. And on top of all of that, we are still in the middle of a goddamn pandemic. It's terrifying. But I'm gonna stop being so negative because you didn't come here for Emily's Depression Hour. After months and months of therapy, I've decided to try and make the best of things, because what better time to work on myself and take chances and try new things than now, because I literally have nothing left to lose. I mean, I suppose I have my dignity, but not really. So that's why I'm here. What better time to chase a YouTube career than when you're about to turn 30 and have just lost everything you've ever known? If you've known me for a while, way back into my childhood, then you would know that being a YouTuber has always been my #1 career ambition. It all started when I was just 12 years old and got my very first camcorder for Christmas. I immediately fell in love with being in front of the camera. I loved everything about making videos. I loved coming up with the scripts. I loved creating the characters. I loved making my friends do it with me. I loved being able to watch these incredibly happy and funny memories over and over and over again. It was an addiction. And then I discovered YouTube. It was the first time in my life where I realized you could actually make a career out of making homemade videos. And that was mind-blowing to me. So I immediately went into think tank mode. I came up with my channel name. I started coming up with hundreds of video ideas. I started writing everything down, creating a little YouTube corner in my room where I was gonna record myself. I mean, you name it, I thought of it. But then when it came time to actually film myself and put myself out there, I froze. I was so scared about what people would think of me, or that my friends would make fun of me, or God forbid my YouTube career not take off. that I gave up even before I started. I didn't post one video before I decided I couldn't do it. So that's when I switched to a role behind the camera. So I started creating travel videos when my family and I would go visit somewhere new. I made little videos for the kids that I nannied to kind of document our year together. I made family videos. I mean, I made any excuse I could to continue picking up a camera, filming things, editing it, and putting content out there as long as I didn't have to be the face of it. And I thought it would be enough for me. And I was happy for a while and thought, you know, I could use this as a side hobby to keep me happy. But then it was no longer enough. Now, remember when I said my life went to shit out in LA after the pandemic hit and everything was terrible and blah, 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 blah? Well, there was one good thing to come out of it. I ended up connecting with this incredible group of friends who instantly took me in and exposed me to the world of what could be. As some of you may know, one of the friends I made out there, her name is Rachel, and she is a full-time YouTuber. I'm talking no other job. She makes all of her money off of YouTube and being an influencer. And this was the fucking inspiration I needed. I'm so thankful I met her because not only did she let me constantly pick her brain time and time again with any little question that popped up in my head about how it works, how she made it work, how I can make it work, but she also introduced me to the world of influencers and asked me to co-host one of her podcasts with her. She is giving me a safe space in her world to try. And with literally nothing left to lose, I am jumping at the opportunity. I'm gonna dive in head first and appreciate what's being handed to me. And if it doesn't work out, at least I know I tried. So here we are. You're all caught up, sort of. I gave you like the SparkNotes version, but I am diving into the world of YouTubing headfirst. I'll be co-hosting Rachel's podcast with her and separately on this channel documenting my starting over journey. I'll be talking about my separation and my self-healing journey and giving advice and telling funny stories and talking about my experiences in LA and just kind of a little bit of everything. But more than anything, I want to use this channel to document for myself and for other people that maybe are going through something similar, how you can come from a place of just total loss, if that's the right word, and turn it into something beautiful. And that may be incredibly cheesy and not where this channel goes at all. I don't know, but if that sounds like something that is slightly entertaining to you or might be helpful to you, or you know, maybe if you're an old friend from high school that just wants to creep on my life and see what I'm doing, I hope you stick around because I'm going to be pouring my heart and soul into this and seeing if it works out. And like I said, if it doesn't work out, I always have my therapist, and if it does, that would be amazing. So yeah, that's it for now. My next video, I will be talking about my separation and telling the story. I don't know, just talking about it and explaining everything that happened because I know as soon as I post this video, my inbox is going to get flooded with dozens of questions of what happened because our relationship was incredibly beautiful and was all over social media and everyone thought we were the perfect couple and you know, yada, yada, yada. So it's gonna surprise a lot of people. And the only people that know right now are super close family and friends. But don't be insulted if you're close to us and you don't know. It's just, we literally ran out of the mental capacity to keep telling people and answering a billion questions. So just know if you message either me or her, we're not gonna answer you. You have to wait until the next video because that's just the rules now. Also, spoiler alert, she knows I'm posting the video. She has given me full permission and full blessings to move forward and tell her story. Yeah, I just don't wanna give anyone the wrong impression that I'm gonna be posting this tea spill hateful type of video. One, because that's just not how it went down. And two, even if it did go down that way, I wouldn't do that to her because in true lesbian fashion, we are still best friends. Yep, we talk every day. She's actually texting me right now and it's extremely distracting. We still love and respect each other very much. So I just want to get everyone's expectations in the right place before I post. But I'm rambling, that's what I do best. You'll learn that very quickly. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope to see you next week. And if not, I'll cry about it. Okay, bye.